Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the great state of Bristol, Connecticut. This is NXT. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sold out here in the arena here in Bristol, Connecticut for a great night of action, and we are still rolling on with things in the King and Queen of the Ring. Inside, in the main event, we have the megastar LA Knight taking on Tomasso Champia for a spot in the King of the Ring tournament. And then, ladies and gentlemen, after making her highly anticipated, shocking debut at NXT Level Up, Lyra Valkyria will get an opportunity to showcase her talents as she'll go one-on-one with Blair, Davenport. Winner will head to the Queen of the Ring tournament. And also later on tonight, we have a great one-on-one matchup for you as All Ego Paige takes on Nathan Frazier for a spot for the King of the Ring tournament. And coming up right now, it will be Henley taking on the prodigy Roxanne Perez. And here we go.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Chelsea, Michigan,
Henley, one of several young up-and-coming top women wrestlers here in the WWE and on the NXT roster. As you heard from Alicia Taylor, she's from Michigan, but moved to Texas where she developed that country girl style, and that's what fueled her to become a professional wrestler, where she's met Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs, develop a friendship. But she said she wants to put that friendship aside and she wants to do business for herself. She wants to make a name for herself. And she's here on a big stage taking on the prodigy.
And her opponent from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez.
And speaking of top young talent here on the NXT roster, look no further than this woman, Roxanne Perez, called the prodigy for a reason. Only 21 years old. Already a former NXT Women's Champion and NXT Tag Team Champion. And she's looking to become Queen of the Ring and become the first Intercontinental Champion in the women's division ever. A lot of people have this woman, just this match being basically a given for Roxanne Perez, but I don't believe that. Henley is very competitive, very talented, and like my father once told me, it is any given Sunday, any point, anybody can be beat. This is professional sports. This is why we wrestle, this is why we play the game, because you just can't go off paper. You gotta actually do the work inside the square circle. And here we go, and out the gates! Henley with the flying uppercut, European style, but that just gets Roxanne Perez pissed off in a little fist of fury, and she's looking to take advantage, and she's on the onslaught here early on against Henley, who takes a shot holding up her arm and shoulder, and Roxanne Perez is already showing everybody why she is the favorite to win this match, and one of the favorites to win it all. But she can't look past a challenger like Henley. She's very talented, in my opinion. I think she's getting overlooked here. But right now, she's getting thrown over the ring onto ringside. And what does Roxanne Perez do? She's got that look in her eye. Roxanne measured her up. Look at her fly, suicide dive style. And the momentum of that move just sends Henley careening into the announce table back first. And this crowd loved it. We've only been in this match probably 2 minutes, and already someone getting laid the hell out. Referee Adrian Butler out of counter to Roxanne Perez. Still menacing offensive punishment to Henley. And she throws her in the ring, and I think that could be it. I think she could maybe get the victory right off that suicide dive. Henley is out. Henley is out, or maybe not. Maybe playing just a little bit of possum here. Getting Roxanne overly confident, just to lure in and take advantage of it. And now Henley looking to go to work on the prodigy Roxanne Perez, and a nice technical drop kick to the side of the head. And now it's Henley feeling it. Taunting, getting in the face of Roxanne Perez, sends her into the ropes. Using those knees to the gut to cover. Does she have her? I would have been very surprised if that would have beat Roxanne. But maybe Roxanne just taking a breather. Maybe that gut kick really just stirred her up a little bit. She needed an extra second to regain herself. But right now, she's in a whole heap of trouble as the cowgirl, Fallon Henley, is all over Roxanne. Or maybe not. Roxanne, reversal here. I don't even know what you call that, but she just almost like a hurricanrana, like head scissor takedown, and now sends her careening into those steel steps. Back to a count of three. These two women outside the ring. I mean, technically, you could get a win and advance on a count out, but who wants to win that way? I mean, when you can beat someone 1, 2, 3, sit in the ring, or make them tap out, it sends a message to the locker room. It sends a message to the rest of the division that I am no punk. I don't want cheap wins. I'm here to beat you fair and square like Roxanne has done many of times with so many different challengers. With this move right there, she calls it Pop Rocks, ball game, the cover. She's going to quit the ring, and Fallon Henley gets the shoulder up at 2.9. And Roxanne Perez trying to stay on it, but look at that running bulldog by Fallon Henley. Roxanne Perez is all out of sorts right now. That country girl grit by Fallon Henley. Snake eyes. And Roxanne Perez again using that like she's been watching Rey Mysterio wrestle growing up or something. And now Fallon Henley again in trouble, using the ropes to get herself up. Roxanne's got her in a peculiar position. But Fallon Henley avoids disaster right there. Combination strikes, beautifully executed. Roxanne in trouble. Oh my God, the famouser. But Fallon calls that the hold down, into the ring for the biggest upset of her career. No! According to the critics, not according to me. I know what Fallon Henley can do, and she's showing it right now. She's a very worthy challenger for anybody in the women's division. Looking for something big there. Roxanne had it scouted. Roxanne had it scouted. What is this? Roxanne, a unique pinning combination. Does she have it? No. And, Fallon Henley holding on to her arm. Maybe she got hurt there, landed on her arm wrong. And, what is this? Like some moonsault spinning hip attack onto the stomach and the arms of Fallon Henley. And just like that, Roxanne Perez has just defeated Fallon Henley.
Here is your winner.
I think Fallon Henley might have landed wrong on her arm, maybe got hurt. I hope she's okay. But ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't matter at the current juncture. What matters is Roxanne is joining the field for the Queen of the Ring tournament, where she has the opportunity, like the others, to become the first Women's Intercontinental Champion. What a great start of NXT. I hope Fallon Henley is all right, but congratulations to the prodigy, Roxanne Perez. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking news coming from Twitter, as Ronda Rousey has just tweeted this. I want to take this time to thank the WWE and WWE Universe for allowing me to compete in the squared circle for these past few years. But now it's time for me to spend some time with my family and step back from the ring, in-ring competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Ronda Rousey is taking her boots off for the time being at least.
Crecí en un hermoso pueblo, mi pueblo, llamado Tala, Jalisco, México. And as long as I can remember, La Lucha Libre has been everything to myself, to my family. I am the second generation, and I started training when I was 12 years old.
Nathan Frazier getting ready for his match, and somebody's talking to him. Oh, it's Regal. Wonder what this is all about. Oh, wow. Regal's out here doing some recruiting, and he wants to start with Nathan Frazier. That'd be a strong get. NQC is already the NXT Tag Team Champions currently. Oh, and Nathan's Frazier's turning it down. Interesting conversation, interesting decision by Nathan Frazier. Kind of don't blame him, to be honest. They do some underhanded tactics to rise up to where they need to be. But Nathan Frazier, not having anything of it, just walks away from Regal. He's got a match coming up next. And it looks like there's another young, up-and-coming, talented wrestler headed to the NXT brand. But speaking of young, up-and-coming talents,
making his way to the ring from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 214 pounds, all ego, Ethan Paige.
always cocky, always arrogant, always confident, all ego. Ethan Paige is making his way down the ring for this King of the Ring qualifying match. I talked to Ethan earlier and I asked him, do you consider yourself in the class of all the former or even current great Canadians to ever grace that WWE ring? And he said that he thinks that he is better than all of them, better than Bret Hart, better than Owen. He thinks he's way better than Jericho, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. He said when he wins here tonight, and if he can get to the King of the Ring tournament and win it, he will prove that he's in that class of greatness, such as Bret Hart and Owen and above. Very confident, cocky individual is Ethan Paige, but he can't overlook his opponent because he's the ever dangerous, ever speedster, high-flying Nathan Frazier.
And his opponent from Jersey, the Channel Islands, weighing in at 182 pounds, Nathan Frazier.
Nathan Frazier is looking just like Ethan Paige to win this match and to head to the King of the Ring tournament. He's underdog in this match, the size difference. Former cruiserweight competitor before they disbanded the cruiserweight division, and now he's looking to be in a spot, an opportunity to head to SummerSlam to fight for a world heavyweight opportunity. If he can win here tonight and advance through the King of the Ring tournament, this is a very highly anticipated matchup. One match I've been looking for all day. And Ethan out the gates, but he gets stopped in his tracks by Nathan Frazier with that bulldog forearm smash, but Ethan Paige able to counter, and a disrespectful smack in the back of the head by Ethan. And now, backbreaker, perfectly executed by Ethan Paige. And if you're Nathan Frazier, you gotta stay on your feet. You gotta pick up the pace. You don't want Ethan Paige to be able to get a hold of you. He is the bigger opponent, and this is where Nathan Frazier's got to live if he wants any shot at this match tonight. In the cover already, and slow count. Adrian Butler trying to get in. I don't know. They're training these referees to get in, in a perfect pinning position to see the pin, but I feel like sometimes it takes them out of position they're trying to do too much to get in position. They forget that the most important thing, start counting the pins. Just like that, perfect time. They're just right there in position, a good position, just got to count right away. But Ethan Paige is now all over Nathan Frazier, who, like I said, has got to pick up the pace. He's got to stay on his feet. He's got to continue to move at a high level, high pace, high intensity level if he wants any chance to beat Ethan Paige, because Ethan Paige stays right here. This is where Ethan Paige is best. Gritty, grappling technician. Nathan Frazier is a speedster. He's a high flyer, cut from the same cloth as a Rey Mysterio. Somebody of those natures, all those cruiserweights. And he's trying to show off that just because you're small doesn't mean you can't be a world champion. We already know Rey Mysterio proved that theory wrong years ago. Almost 20 years ago when Rey Mysterio became a world heavyweight champion. And now, Ethan Frazier off the rope, springboard style with that frog splash. But Ethan Paige cut him down with that shot to the gut and then that cutter. But it did go for a cover. And Nathan, maybe, I don't know if he's fully recovered, but able to respond and counter, maybe just on pure instinct, as he's back to the top rope. A frog splash connects the cover. Nathan, oh, just going to say maybe Nathan is going to get the victory there, but to no avail as Ethan Page kicks out and Nathan Frazier back up top. What does he have here? Oh! And a cover again. This is it. Nathan's headed to king of the ring and Ethan Page. Ethan Page kicks out at 2.9. Crowd recognizing these two men. Crowd recognizing game, recognized game. Oh, another one. Phoenix Splash again for the second straight time and for the win. No. And somehow Ethan Page kicking out. Nathan can't believe it. And hell, neither can I, to be honest. I mean, just back-to-back moves, but this is what I'm saying. This is the pace that Nathan's got to stay at if he wants to have a chance to beat Ethan. Oh, that right hook. Oh, Ethan hanging off of dear life, the core strength, because he could have fell over, but it doesn't matter because Nathan brings him down with that Spanish fly. Holy shit. Into the cover. Nathan's headed to the King of the Ring tournament. Throw. How does Ethan Page have anything left in him to kick out of all these moves? High-flying moves, and again, a drop kick. Ethan's rock, I think he's kicking off of pure instinct at this point because he doesn't have anything to get right back. He's just kicking out, he's just staying alive. But oh, now gets dumped to the outside. Uh-oh, Nathan Frazier. Watch out, Adrian Butler through the middle ropes. Suicide DDT! Nathan Frazier's in his bag here! King of the Ring opportunity on the line! And uh-oh, Nathan get a little too anxious, too zealous, getting to the top rope, looking for another, calling Ethan Page to his... Wait a minute! That's Charlie Dempsey! What the hell is Charlie Dempsey doing out here? And Ethan Page recovers off the distraction by Charlie Dempsey, and Adrian Butler still arguing with them, trying to get him out the ring, but Nathan Frazier took his eye off the ball, and no, Ethan Page got to hooked up. Oh my goodness, dumped him on the back of his head with that Eagle's edge, and it's for a 1, 2, 3, and thanks to the distraction of Charlie Dempsey,
here is your
Ethan Page and just booked himself into the King of the Ring tournament. As you see right there, he is also now in the field joining the rest of the men as the brackets are filling up quickly, as that PLE will happen later on this month. Ethan Page gets a massive victory for him today. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we keep on rolling here for another tournament qualifier. This time it's another Queen of the Ring qualifier, and making her not her debut, but making her way to the ring, the ever so dangerous Blair Davenport, coming out to a chorus of boos.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Wellington, New Zealand, Blair Davenport.
Never really been a fan favorite. That she's just arrogant and cocky and brash, kind of like Ethan Page, who just won his King of the Ring tournament qualifier. Blair, very brash, very arrogant, but hasn't really had too much success in, when it comes to winning championships. Been here quite some time down in NXT, has yet to win a championship, but I know that makes her more and more focused to win here tonight and then she can go on to contend and compete for the opportunity to become the first ever Women's Intercontinental Championship. I can't wait for these tournaments to start. I can't wait to see that brand new title be revealed. Blair Davenport has entered the ring as she's getting ready for the debut of Lyra Valkyria. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bird Queen is here.
From Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
She is here, the NXT, the former NXT UK Women's Champion. She made her surprising debut here at NXT Level Up when she came in during the celebration to interrupt the celebration of Cora Jade, who successfully defended her title against Ronda Rousey, who we heard earlier has decided to step away from in-ring competition. You saw that she posted on Twitter, and we showed you that earlier. But now, you know, she's just gonna move on from the in-ring portion. She will focus on her family after the defeat from Cora Jade. But Lyra's here, and she's looking to make an impact going up against a woman that is no joke in Blair Davenport. And this crowd is still hyped. This is the third match of the evening, and they're on their feet. High anticipation for the debut of Lyra, I'm sorry. And she's already out the gate showing off why she was a former UK champion, wasting no time inserting high-intensity offense. Springboard cross-body right there. Blair Davenport in the drop zone. And now Lyra going for a quick cover here. Well, that's a one and only a one count. Crowd firmly behind Lyra Valkyria. It's going to be interesting to see. She's got some, history with, a few women here from their time at UK. Women like Alba Fire, her battle for that UK championship. Obviously, Alba Fire, one half of the women's tag team championship here in NXT. Maybe those two might face off down the line. Who knows? Maybe they'll face off here in this tournament. And what a match that could be, as those history could rekindle their rivalry. And oh my God, Hurricanrana takedown as Blair Davenport is all out of sorts here, trying to get to the outside to get some separation, but Lyra's not letting her do that. Lyra's fired up and she drops her, kicks her down, and Blair Davenport goes falling down onto ringside as AJ Beller begins to count. I did ask Lyra earlier, how does it feel to be here in NXT and away from the UK part of NXT? She said it's a little bit of adjustment here, the language barrier and stuff like that. Cultures are a little different, but she's excited. She's glad to be out the opportunity. She's still glad to be a part of the WWE brand and NXT, and she can't wait to start competing. And she was excited to be in this matchup tonight against a very tough opponent. She says, Blair Davenport is no joke. I've heard things about her. I know what she's capable of doing. She is the bigger and probably stronger woman between the two, kind of like the matchup we saw before with Ethan Page and Nathan Frazier. So she knows she's got to be on her toes. I think that's what led her to come out so hot out the gates, because she wants to keep the pressure down on Blair Davenport, because she doesn't want Blair to be in this situation here where Blair's got all the momentum and she just gets her hands, but Lyra slips out the way of that. And oh my God, Lyra Valkyria running Hurricanrana. Blair again, getting out the ring, get back in. Maybe trying to play cat and mouse, and she just dropped Valkyrie down as Blair trying to get some offense, picks her up. Oh my goodness! Kick to the side of the head, maybe caught the temple. Now banging her knee onto that concrete. It's a padded concrete floor, trying to slow down Lyra. And now Blair might be in full control of this matchup and Lyra is struggling to her feet. Oh, but Blair, kick to the midsection, dish it to the, oh, a powerbomb, holds it into a cover. Can this be it? No. And Blair Davenport feeding off the momentum. Look at this again. God, Falcon Arrow drops her down. 2-ball game and Lyra kicks out. And this is what Lyra says she doesn't want to avoid. Oh, and she barely avoided that knee that could have ended the night of Lyra. She's put away so many women with that knee, but Lyra had it scouted, got out the way, fighting for her dear life. And this is where you don't want to be with Blair. She's very dominating when she gets going, and that's why Lyra says she can't underestimate her despite not having gold around her waist here at NXT. She's a very tough competitor. Beats her opponents down. Look at Liver shots in the back with that forearm. Uh-oh. And now, oh my God, electric chair, shades of edge. Uh-oh, and I think Lyra could be done. And now working those legs again. Lyra is in bad shape as Blair climbing to the top rope, looking for an elbow drops, but Lyra rolled out the way into a cover. Maybe just doing that to try to buy some time to catch her breath, slow things down for herself, because right now Blair is in firm control, but Lyra is trying to fight back here. Back and forth matchup, and Lyra hits her with a spinning heel kick that catches sight of Blair's head with a covered on, almost a 3 count. Didn't even know where the hell that came from. Out of nowhere was that spinning heel kick by Lyra Valkyrie. I didn't even know she had that in her arsenal. And now taking Blair to the corner, but Blair trying to fight out that predicament, and Lyra trying to fight back and forth. Who's gonna give the upper hand? Oh, and a drop kick. And now, oh, trying to go for a punch, blocked by Blair, blocked by Valkyria. Oh, and another shot. Spinning heel kick connects again. In the cover. 2. Got her. What a match.
Here is your winner, Lyra Valkyria.
Those last few minutes of the match was very crazy, but it sends Lyra Valkyrie to the Queen of the Ring tournament, and she'll join the rest of those field. As again, these brackets are filling up over the next course of a few weeks. Lyra is headed to the Queen of the Ring to compete for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Can she be the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion? Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't caught the last episode of SmackDown, be sure to do so here on the channel right after this one. But for now, it is time for the main event of the evening.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight.
And straight from the City of Angels, representing Cali, we have the always favorite, always beloved, fan favorite, LA Knight, as he is making his way into the ring, getting a lap around the ring, getting this crowd hype, and firmly behind him as they always are, standing in support of LA Knight here, as he's gonna have a hard test to take, as he's gonna face the former NXT champion, the always dangerous Tomasso Ciampa. And not coming out alone is Tomasso Ciampa, as he is here with his tag team partner, Johnny Gargano. These two,
And his opponent, accompanied by Johnny Gargano, representing DIY from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds, Tomasso Ciampa.
these two are trying to get back to tag team gold, but tonight is an opportunity for Tomasso Ciampa. We saw Johnny Gargano, I believe it was the Raw or SmackDown episode, he went toe-to-toe with his former protege in Austin Theory, and he unfortunately couldn't get the job done. But now it's Tomasso Ciampa's turn, as he's gonna face the megastar, LA Knight. And the crowd always loves to see Tomasso Ciampa back here in NXT, back where it all started for both Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. And off the gates, LA Knight with a patented drop kick, stunning Tomasso Ciampa momentarily. And now what is this? Springboard action, another drop kick. I didn't know LA Knight had that aerial movement in his arsenal, and the cover only a 1 count. I feel like this might be a hard-hitting, a lot of grappling action between these two. Tomasso kind of a striker, brawler. LA Knight more like a striker, grappler. And speaking of the grappling that I was talking about, he's looking for something, but Tomasso Ciampa gets out of it, punching LA Knight in the eye, and LA Knight falling to the ground. And now Tomasso Ciampa needed the forehead, the skull, and but LA Knight able to reverse and counter and get back on the offense, and now working the legs. Working the legs of Tomasso Ciampa here. This is a pretty interesting matchup. I don't know if you guys know, but these two are the one, if not the oldest two on the active NXT roster. I believe LA Knight's 45 years old, and Tomasso Ciampa comes in, doesn't look at it as a 50-year-old. I don't know exactly where in his 50s, but he's up there. These two men, but they don't look it. A lot of people think because of their age, they'll never reach the success level they once had in the WWE. Well, at least Tomasso Ciampa, LA Knight's kind of a little bit new to things here in WWE. But for me, it's not about age. Talent trumps all. If you can get the W, if you can do what you need to do in the ring, why wouldn't you get opportunity? And these two has proven that age ain't nothing but a number. And oh my God, that devastating knee. That was the same knee that Blair Davenport was looking to put on Valkyria. That part could enter her night. She didn't get it, but Tomasso Ciampa gets it, and out falls up with a suplex. And LA Knight smartly rolls out the ring, and now able to throw off Ciampa by doing so, and able to take the offense to him. I don't know how LA Knight's recovered enough after that vicious knee to the face. And now Tomasso on the offense on the mounted position going after LA Knight. I told you it's going to be a hard-hitting matchup. These two men, they get after it when they get in the ring. No matter who their opponent is, whether they have a full respect for their opponent or not, they get after it. And almost a 2 count. Tomasso Ciampa looking to get back to the top of the mountain here. But in the world title picture, he can beat LA Knight and get to the King of the Ring King of the Ring tournament. He will have a chance to fight for a world title at SummerSlam. And what was that? It's like a spinning neck breaker, face buster combination. And is he looking? Looking for storybook ending into the cover. 1, 2, ball game. No. LA Knight kicks out at 2.5. And you just have to not, man. Pro wrestling competitors are the most toughest competitors of all of, combat sports, in my opinion. The amount of damage and things they gotta endure to stay, to keep getting up and to take punishment and give it right back. It's right up there behind MMA, in my opinion. And LA Knight fighting through the pain. Fighting through the pain. I know he's in a lot of it. His head has to be ringing. His chest has to be sore. Probably hard to breathe after taking that storybook ending. Those shots to the knee, went for a drop kick, but this time went to the well one too many times, and Tomasso Ciampa gets out the way of it. And Tomasso tried to do a neck breaker, but didn't connect. And LA Knight trying to get the crowd, trying to use the crowd to fire him up here. But Tomasso Ciampa with the reversal. Oh, a big shot by LA Knight. BFT connects. This could do it right in front of Johnny Gargano, too. Oh my God. And Tomasso kicks out of it. How have these two men been able to endure two devastating moves and able to have more to continue to fight? Neck breaker from a rack attack position. But Tomasso still not going down. Still fighting. LA Knight trying to put him down for good. Trying to find the combinations of moves and strikes that could put Tomasso Ciampa away from good. Oh my God! Shades of Jimmy the Superfly Snuka with that flying crossbody frog splash. And now Tomasso might be done. He has a move and went for an elbow. Maybe playing possum with Tomasso there. Rolled out the way in the nick of time. Rolled out the way of that leaping elbow drop that LA Knight usually gets off once or twice in a match, but couldn't get it off there. And again, Tomasso went for that neck breaker, but LA Knight again voids it, falls up with the clothesline. Who's gonna gain the upper hand? You have the feeling that they're one big move away, either man from qualifying and then heading to the King of the Ring tournament. A nice neck breaker there for LA Knight. Johnny Gargano looked like he thought about interfering or causing a distraction. Maybe thought twice of it. That's usually usually what Johnny or Tomasso, how they go about things. They usually play things a respectful way, but sometimes desperations causes certain needs, but it might not matter. BMT for the second straight time. Did he get it? Yes! Yes!
Here is your winner.
LA Knight picks up a massive victory for his career as this match just sent him to the King of the Ring tournament, where he will be able to compete for a chance to become the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship. What a tournament that's shaping out to be. What a night of action here. Until next time, good night, everyone.
Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't